Hi, I'm Gessie Thompson, your fibroids and fertility coach and co-founder of the Hope Beyond Fibroids Elimination Program. Welcome to Hope Beyond Fibroids Tip of the Day, number 2, in honor of Fibroids Awareness Month, all month long. Today's tip is still focused on eliminating your stress. To review, as we shared in our tip number 1, remember, estrogen dominance is the root cause of fibroids, and estrogen dominance is actually triggered by 3 factors: stress, diet, and pollutants. We're going to continue on with stress. So tip number 2, ready ladies? It's a hard one. Retire the cape. Retire the cape, all right? Because superheroes are not real, but real women are superheroes. Say that with me again. Superheroes are not real, but real women are superheroes. One of the critical drivers to our stress is that we don't embrace the power of saying no to others and yes to ourselves where it really matters. So we find ourselves trying to rescue everybody else, trying to take care of everything, and trying to fix every crisis, even the ones that, when examined in the light of our true priorities, later down the road, we say, remember this, you say, oh, why did I waste all that time doing that? Because in the end, it really didn't fit your true vision and values. So, the truth is, what we end up doing is, because we don't live in line with our true values, we're driven by other people's priorities because we don't have time to focus on the things that matter most to us, because we're giving our substance away. And our substance is our time, our talent, and our treasury, that which we are using to try to rescue everybody else. And guess what? Our bodies suffer the toll of the stress brought on by the pressure. Remember, stress is not fear, anxiety, or trauma only. It's brought on by pressure, all kinds of pressure that our body, it floods our body with cortisol because of the physiological response. Now, your true power as a superhero, a real superhero, can be unleashed and wielded when we embrace our limits and establish healthy boundaries. Limits, boundaries. Embrace our limits, establish healthy boundaries that prioritize, follow me here, loving God first, ourselves, and then others. We give into this myth that true love, sacrificial love, means that I literally kill myself trying to save you. But that's not true, because real love makes sure that I'm here to be a part of your life. That's what real love does. Real love does that in terms of, I'm not talking about the love that sacrifices in order to save someone else and mother and a child. I'm talking about everyday activities where every day we say yes to everyone else, but we end up saying no to ourselves because we don't have any resources left to focus on the things that are needed to take care of ourselves. Okay, to be clear. So, this means that we need to say no more frequently than we're comfortable with. So how does a yes addict get delivered, right? Because that's what it is. You have an addiction and you need deliverance. I've got a solution for you. You start by making no your default response. Make no your default, or at least say, I'll think about it, right? What does that look like? That means that when you receive an invitation, someone asks you to do something, you start by, with a default, saying, not sure I can do that, or let me think about it. And then you take a 24-hour period. And again, I understand certain things are urgent. We're not talking about the urgent things. We're talking about the things that come at us every day, and we just needed space and time to properly evaluate them. So take a 24-hour period and say, in light of my vision and values, does this fit? And if it truly fits, then next step, stop, look at everything on your plate, and determine, what am I going to take off? What am I going to stop doing so that I can start doing this? So you don't just say yes. You first of all, you start with a default no, or let me think about it. You evaluate, but then if it is something you want to do, you don't just say yes and add it on. Because in order to add on, you have to take off. But let me explain that. See, if you don't intentionally decide what you're going to take off your plate, something's going to fall off because you can't do it all. So rather than have something that you may actually truly value fall through the cracks, let's take the time to actually examine and decide, what am I going to take off my plate in order to add this? What am I, in another way of saying it is, what am I going to stop doing in order for me to be able to start doing this because I've evaluated it and I say it's very important. Okay? Now, what will happen is you will find that now you have more peace because you're focused on the things that actually are in alignment with your vision and values. You have more breathing room because you're not trying to take on too much, and you will be empowered to thrive. So, subscribe to these daily tips if you want to keep receiving them, and make sure you see the link at the bottom here to download your free teleseminar MP3 so you can learn what you need to do to get fibroid free without any surgery. And until next time, have a healing day. Goodbye.